everyone. Welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events. I'm meteorologist Todd Jacoby, your chief weather geek here on the Arkansas Weather Blog. Thank you so much for coming here for your in-depth weather information. We do have a very active weather pattern to talk about. Of course, you've been following the blizzard up in New England. What a historic storm for them. And I tell you what, it is a very interesting weather pattern we're dealing with, where now we're going to get some very unsettled conditions starting tomorrow, starting Sunday, with rain and thunderstorms. We're going to be in the warm sector of this, and then we got a system to watch for Tuesday into Wednesday morning, and then another maybe a bout of cold air. The model's having a difficult time for the end of the week too, because it's just system after system after system. Cold air is also involved. I'm going to make sense of this now. You know, I've been talking about this situation coming up for Tuesday, and right now the way it looks to me is that there's just not a lot of cold air in front of this system. It's going to have to bring its own cold air, and that's with the upper level dynamics as that comes across. So what I'm thinking, here it is Saturday late, and I'm thinking that this is more of a rain event Saturday, and then there could be, and that's again could be, a changeover to some wintry weather, sleet, and maybe some snow, especially for the northern half of the state, and it would be a wet snow at that. And whether or not it accumulates is another question. But anyway, if that were to happen, it wouldn't be until late Tuesday and then early Wednesday morning. The European and GFS model in this video, I'm going to show you the differences between the two. At one point, the European model, which is my favorite computer model, had this storm and showed the snow. And then it just took it away, and the future runs didn't show that. The GFS has been extremely consistent in having this come through, and now the NAM, which has been horrible this winter, but it has it as well. The reason why I'm so hesitant about this is because the European doesn't have this, but it has been trending towards the GFS. Don't get me wrong, it has the storm, but nowhere to the degree as the GFS. I would feel much more comfortable as a forecaster to see the European come around to look more like the GFS, but it's definitely not as wet, and it's warmer, the European model. But I'm going to show you in this video here the differences between the two, okay? All right, the two differences in the main long-range computer models that I look at, the first thing we start off with is the European model, and we're going to start this off Monday at 6 p.m., and this is the front where it's laying up right in here. That's the front that comes through on Sunday, and we're getting easterly winds, high pressure located around here. Here's black isobar here, that's high pressure here, getting an easterly wind at the surface. It's not cold, but it's colder. That would be the best way to describe it here in the European. And there's the wave of energy in the upper levels of the atmosphere producing snow over the Rockies. That area of low pressure loft will develop a surface low out here on the tail end of this front, the western Gulf, and that'll shoot towards the northwest. It's a classic scenario. But the big question is how much moisture and how much cold air. So Tuesday morning, things start to sneak up towards the north, and I wouldn't doubt if there's a little sleet on the northern edge of this, but there's the 540 line we always look at, the rain-snow line, and this is the again, this is the European, and it shows, and it's coming around now. It was dry, but it's starting to come around more towards the GFS solution. Surface low located down here towards the south on the frontal boundary, but as this upper level wave located right here starts to pull out, this right here would fall in the form of snow if surface temperatures would allow it. It does appear conditions in the upper atmosphere would allow that, and if there's enough lift, you get what's called dynamic cooling, and that snow makes it to the surface despite temperatures that could be a degree or two above freezing. Nevertheless, it does look like rain, according to this, for Tuesday, and then Tuesday night as the upper level dynamics come across, it fades away, but it's still there with the European model, and it shows some snow coming across, a mixture at least. I think that'd be the best way to say it. Now let me show you the temperatures here, back up. And go to 12Z, let's go to noon on Tuesday. Temperatures, the European, and this is the thing that I have so much hesitation about, is because the European is such a good model. And the GFS it has been good, but not nearly as good as the European. This is the 45-degree isotherm line of equal temperature. So everything north of that is less than 45 degrees in western northern Arkansas. This is the 50-degree isotherm. So you're looking at temperatures generally in the 30s and 40s across the state. That's at noon on Tuesday when it's raining. So let's fast forward to midnight on Wednesday, and this is the 40-degree isotherm right here running from Mena up towards Looks like Conway, Greenbrier, and the northeastern Arkansas. So you're in the 30s here as those upper level dynamics, by the rest of the states in the 40s. So definitely a warmer model. All right, now let's go to the GFS. This is the 18Z run, and I don't like off-hour runs, but I like this because I might be wish casting a little bit. But it really goes, well, not bonkers, but it shows it's more aggressive with snow. There's the front. You know, we get the same scenario. The front hung up here across the northern Gulf. This is on midnight Tuesday. Here's that area of low pressure loft coming out, and there's the precipitation Tuesday morning, and then this is Tuesday at noon. Even the GFS says rain. A cold rain, temperatures falling, northeasterly winds. It's a cold rain, and there's the rain snow line. And again, it's more aggressive with precipitation. It's showing that over the past 6 hours, it's got accumulations of at least water equivalent, at least a ½ inch out here in Oklahoma. And so this is the effects of the upper level low. And when this upper level low goes over you, you get what's a process called dynamic cooling. And the column cools from up into the atmosphere, and that can translate all the way down to the surface and bring snow to the surface. Sorry for that jump there. And this is Tuesday at 6 p.m. There's the surface low over southern Mississippi and southeastern Louisiana. There's the upper low, the 540 line, and you can see that this would be if there was a place where there's wintry weather, it'd be western, northern, and in Arkansas and into Oklahoma. And by midnight on Wednesday, you can see that we're getting some accumulations of some wintry weather, and then it's out of here early Wednesday. Now let's look at the GFS surface temperatures, and this is late Tuesday, and it's colder. This is late Tuesday. This is the 40-degree isotherm. This is Tuesday at 6 p.m. This is the 40-degree isotherm south of Mena through Little Rock into northeastern Arkansas. So everything in this corridor would be in the 30s. Everything south of it would be in the 40s, and by midnight, here's the 35-degree isotherm running from Mountain Home down to Clinton, Russellville, and down to west central Arkansas. So we're talking about temperatures here. Here's the 32-degree line. But you're talking about especially those higher elevations, cold enough, and maybe even the lower elevations too, cold enough for accumulating snow. But then here's the 40-degree isotherm. We're talking about temperatures in the 30s, mid and upper 30s across large portions of southwest, central, and into northeast Arkansas. So a lot of differences in the model between the GFS and the European. The GFS more interesting if you're a winter weather lover. For that time period, is that rain could change over to some wintry weather. But it's important to note that the European model had nothing. And now it's starting to come around towards the GFS. So a lot of time, and this will sort itself out in the coming days. And as I always do, and I always say, and if you don't take advantage of it, well, then shame on you. But I'll keep you updated here on the Arkansas Weather Blog. And, of course, on Facebook, look me up, Todd Jacobian, like my page, and Twitter, KATV_weather. Thank you so much for getting your in-depth information here on the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.